What's going on, YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got another game for you today. This is Buckeye Battles Prep, round number 2, I think this was. Maybe 2. Anyways, so I've been going back and forth on my list. I've been trying to figure out what list I want to bring, not only to Buckeye Battle, but to ETC as well. Now, ETC deadline was actually today, I believe, at the day as of my recording this, and Buckeye Battles was maybe like a week or 2 ago. So I've gone through several lists. I mean, you could see it on my I've been doing the Universal Battle Reports, and I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, I don't like the Universal Battle Reports, I like your real battle reports. I like my real battle reports too, but the problem is I don't always get real games in with my miniatures. At the same time, the Universal Battles games allows me to play with army compositions that I haven't yet painted while I'm painting. So it gives me some chances to play with different armies or not different armies, but the same army. I love Orcs and Goblins. I'm not going to stray away from Orcs and Goblins, but allows me to play Orcs and Goblins with units I don't have yet, or I just have in sprues still. And then it lets me figure out, do I want to do something with this or not. Anyways, that's me blabbing on. Let me go over what I got here today. Now, I got a game against Ian. Now, Ian hasn't played in months, and I mean since the Gauntlet. I believe the last person he played was Jeremy Gottschalk back in March, I think it was, or February, and he hasn't played since. Now, Ian, it was like a last-minute inspiration thing. He saw one of my battle reports or something. And he was just like, man, I haven't played that game in a long time. And he was like, he calls up Jeff, and he's like, Jeff, I want to go to Buckeye Battles. So Ian's coming to Buckeye Battles, and he's bringing out, now normally he plays this as the Warriors of the Cthulhu Gods. Today he's playing it as the Lizardmen of the Cthulhu Gods. So it's going to be Orcs and Goblins versus Saurian Ancients. Now we're going to go over what we have on the table, and basically, yeah, you'll be able to see what I have, what he has. It doesn't matter because lists are getting released tonight or tomorrow, so it doesn't even matter. So I'll show you what we got. So as you can see right here, this is my one of my new units here. It's a new old unit. I used to love playing these guys back in version 0.99 when they had poison. But here's a nice close-up. Pow, pow! My forest goblins. Look at those mother flowers. I love them. Now this is honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I actually have these samurai goblins I ordered, but I didn't get them in time. So since I didn't get them, I basically proxied up some forest goblins here, and I think they look great. I think they fill the role, and I love the guy on the tallest rock. He's like my favorite one. He's the chief basically. But yeah, these are my forest goblins. They have tomahawks. They have the Banner of Discipline, and this is something that has been going on. If I don't think I was recording the Universal Battle games at the time, but I kept on running these guys on a flank, and then I have the wizard with them, the level 4 pyromaniac, and I would miscast, blow up, and these guys would run off the table every fucking game. Every fucking game. So I got them the veteran standard. They have the Banner of Discipline. They're not going anywhere. Over here I got 30 cave goblins with bows, 2 fanatics, and in this list I don't have the nets. In my other list I do have the nets, but as you can see, the guy on the left with the giant scythe, that is the Prophet, the Green Prophet. I don't have his full name yet. I don't know what I want to call him yet, but he is my level 3 of Witchcraft. Over here I got my unit of 12 Iron Orcs, and you're probably like, why the fuck do you have 12 Iron Orcs? And the answer is, it's a scoring unit that doesn't panic. That's it. That is all it is. That's all it is. It's just a scoring unit that doesn't panic. They die every fucking time they get in combat. I swear to God, there's no point. There's no point. But the cool thing is, honestly, the really cool thing is, there's still a unit of Iron Orcs. So if I do need to be in a situation where I don't need to be stubborn, I could always throw my character in there and my general in there, and they'll be stubborn. Over here I got Crom! Crom the Conqueror! Crom is coming back out. T8 in all of his toughness and glory. He is a big mother flugger. Alright, over here, King Koopa! King Koopa is back. 1 up, 4 up. Everything's the same about King Koopa. Obsidian Sword, he loves all of it. But guess why? Guess why I'm bringing out these big guns? Because this big mamma jamma right here is back as well. Zod! Kneel before Zod! God, this list is just getting better and better. I got Zod, I got Koopa, I got Crom. What could make this list better? The Space Rock! Now, Space Rock is coming with me to Buckeye, but in ETC, the A-Rock is coming with, because the A-Rock is the superior spider. The luckier spider, I should say. Over here, I got my unit of 46 common goblins, bows, shields, 3 shady gits, the BSB, forest goblin BSB, bow, pants protection, war banner. That unit is stacked. I love it. I love it. And because I didn't have enough time to paint up more models, you can see there's a lot of fucking unit fillers in there. But I think it looks great. I just painted that troll, and I did the non-metallic metal on the fucking axe, and I was so proud of it. Then I decided, screw the trolls. I'm not bringing the trolls anymore. So I decided, fuck it. I'm still going to use them as a unit filler. I got 5 Wolf Riders, and it's an all-star squad in there. Look at that. I got the old long shot, the new long shot, the freaking old chicken head. That's awesome. And then here's one of my newest units, the Wolf Pack. Koga, Koenig, and Kaiser. These guys are all, they're my Wolf Chariots. They're a unit of 3 of them. And as you can tell, there's supposed to be people on top, but I didn't get those models on time. Shh, don't tell anybody. Alright, over here. For my opponent, Ian, he brought out a unit of Temple Guard. Now, you can see the guy floating up in the background. That's actually his Slan. So, it's a Slan with Essence of the Free Mind, so he could have Divination or Pyromancy. So, he chose Divination against me because he wanted all those leadership checks with the extra dice. And then he also gets some really cool spells in Divination as well. Yeah, this is a pretty stubborn unit. It's basically hard to kill. It's a 3-up armor unit. It's basically like fighting Black Orcs. Should have thought of that last, or thinking about it. Anyways, over here he has 2 units of Skink Hunters. He has a block of Saurus Warriors. He has 2 units of Croxagors. And then over here, the guy with the horn, that's his Alpha Carnosaur. The guy without the horn is his Stygiosaur. I think that's about it. I think he had a small unit of Skinks I didn't show a picture of. Anyways, for Magic, I ended up getting Raven's Wing, Deceptive Glamour, and the Wheel Turns. And then for Pyromancy, I got Immolation, Flaming Swords, Enveloping Embers, and Scorching Salvo. For him, he basically got all the spells because he gets 5 fucking spells of Divination. So there was only 1 he's missing. And yeah, as you can see, I deployed everything first. Now this is my first mistake, to be honest. This is just my first mistake. I put the A-Rock or Space Rock in the forest by himself, but there's nobody backing up the Space Rock. Nobody. Thinking back about this deployment, especially knowing that my opponent's playing Lizardmen, he's going to have these Skinks, poison, and all that. What I should have done is kept the Forest Goblins really close to the Space Rock, and they could protect each other. And I think I'm going to start doing that from now on, period. Because I think that's a good duo, Forest Goblins and Space Rocks. I keep Zod in the center. Well, no, Zod's actually in the left corner. We're playing Hold the Center, and I basically figured my Common Goblins would just run in the center and take it, no problem. I left the right flank is actually kind of the weaker flank. It has Koopa, it has the Black Orcs, it has the Wolf Riders, and the Forest Goblins. I wasn't really thinking that he was going to go on the right flank, but now looking back at it, it's like, why wouldn't he? That's my weaker flank. Not only that, but there's that big rock in the middle that's impassable, so it gives him a lot of protection from shooting and stuff like that. I have Zod, Crom, and the Wolfpack all by that field, figuring if he was going to go for the center, that's basically the best way to get rammed with a bunch of impact hits, and then I have the Cave Goblins chilling behind them. So he deploys, and he deploys right flank heavy. He puts everything on the right flank. Both of his monsters, his freaking giant Temple Guard block, everybody except for 1 unit of Skinks hiding behind a hill. So it's going to go into turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. I go ahead and I decide I'm going to turn the Black Orc, or actually I just shuffle the Black Orcs back. I move the Wolf Riders back. I let the Forest Goblins run up. I turn the Common Goblins over, and I let everybody run up the left side. Basically, I'm not worried about the left side too much because that's my strong side, obviously. But we'll see how that works. Magic Fade's got 6 power dice. Go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo. It goes off, and it kills off 4 of these Skink Hunters. Attribute fails to kill the last guy. Go ahead and I do Immolation. Puts it right there, and he doesn't let me get off the attribute doesn't kill off that last guy, and that's basically it for Magic. I think I had Raven's Wing, and he stopped me doing that, and then I think that was it, really. So shooting, I'm going to shoot the Skull Splitter at that one guy and kill him. Just basically pick up the points where I can, and it's going to start off Ian's turn 1. Ian's turn 1. Now, we're going to take a break right before Ian's turn, because I turn to the side and I look at my brother playing a game right next to me, and holy shit, this is my brother's new list. Holy shit, what is that? You guys will see it in the next battle report, but I know what you're seeing. You're seeing like tanks and cannons and all this shit. Like, what the fuck is that thing in the back? What the fuck is that thing in the back? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, spoiler alert, those are all Stratapults. Oh, man. Anyways, we'll get back to that on the next game. Magic Phase, he got 12 power dice. He did move up a bit on the right side, as you can see right here. He moved up the monsters on the hill. He moved up around the immolation and basically moved around the left side. So he goes ahead and... I'm trying to think what he did. He did the bees with this guy, because this guy's a Stygiosaur. It has a telepathic link to the Slan. So he's going to go ahead and throw out some bees. He kills off a couple goblins. Didn't really matter too much. The rest of the magic kind of fell flat. It was like rerolls and -1 to hit and stuff like that. So, shipment's on the way. I'm not going to get it in time. Maybe I can. Today's Monday. I probably hopefully got to get it by Friday. Anyways, so he goes ahead and he shoots his, not his flame breath, but his breath attack with this guy. And he goes ahead and kills off 2, 4, 6 more. Now, again, they have the Banner of Discipline, so I'm not worried that they're going to run. I just hate that my Forest Goblins start to die. And it's going to start off turn 2. Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2 Orcs and Goblins. Well, I failed my March check with the fucking Forest Goblins, so I can't back up away from the monster. So what I decided to do was just take one for the team. Take my Wizard out. My Wizard walks backwards towards Koopa. The Goblins walk forward towards the monster, and I'm just going to load them up with Tomahawks. That's all I can do, and chaff them for a turn. I figured 2 rounds of Tomahawks, I'm going to sneak some wounds in. Anyways, Magic Phase got 5 power dice. Or before we get to Magic, look at the left side. We moved up the Chariots, we moved up Crom, we moved up, turned the Common Goblins to face at the frickin' monster. Now this wouldn't have been an issue, but what ends up happening is, as you can see, is Crom is ITP. He can't flee. But now it's setting up a charge where if he charges Crom and wins, he'll get into the flank of my Common Goblins, which is a big issue. Now Zod is back there checking him out, but I wasn't thinking about that ahead of time. And then not only that, but he has some skinks behind the Space Rock, which you can't see in this picture, that keep on picking at the Space Rock now. Anyways, Magic Phase got 5 power dice. Go ahead and I do a Flaming Swords here, giving him Flaming Tomahawks, and he's just like, alright, whatever. He figured, he didn't realize I had Tomahawks. He's just figuring I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shots, right? But go ahead and I try to do the wheel turns on them, basically. So when he gets in combat, I'll be able to do some extra damage, hitting him on wounding him on 3s. That would be nasty on a monster, wounding him on 3s. Anyways, so shooting phase, I go ahead and I shoot the Tomahawks, and he's like, shit, and I get off, I think 1 or 2 wounds. It says 1 there, but I think I got 2 off. Oh, no. I got 1 wound off. Baxter over here, who joined Koopa, shoots at him with the Skull Splitter, puts on the 2nd wound. There it goes. And then that's over there. These Wolf Riders over here are going to go ahead and shoot. They end up killing off 1 Saurus Warrior. And that's all I really got. The Common Goblins kind of flubbed their roll, and it's going to go ahead and start off turn 2. Turn 2, Lizardman. So he goes ahead and he charges his General. Now, at first I was contemplating, not his General, his Alpha Carnosaur. I was hoping to get the stand and shoot in. The problem is the stand and shoot with that guy, I'm going to have to shoot through the other guy, and I'm going to get -2 for hard cover. I'm going to lose this unit anyway, so I figured the best case scenario is I flee, and if he charges with the other guy and knocks me off the table, yeah, I lose a 300-point unit. But it chaps up both his monsters for a turn. So he goes ahead and he does the double charge. I flee and I flee. I go off the table. Nobody gives a fuck about goblins. And he's going to sit there for a turn. It's going to give me 1 whole round of shooting all 45 or 46 common goblin shots into that 1 monster. So he's going to bounce up, bounce up. He moves up his Temple Guard. I think he used his triple March Banner, and he moves them up really fucking close. If not, he does that next turn. Magic Phase, he gets double 6s again. And I swear to God, every Magic Phase he got 11, like 10, 11, or 12 dice. That's crazy. He uses this guy to do the bees again into Koopa and into Baxter. And I'm just like, mother motherfucker. I'm like, well, you know what? You usually only get like 2 or 3 wounds out of that, right? So he goes ahead and he rolls. He gets 16 hits. He splits them up: 8 on Koopa, 8 on Baxter. The 8 on Koopa does no wounds. The 8 on Baxter does 3 fucking wounds. Kills fucking Baxter, motherfucker, man. Alright, over here his fucking skink starts shooting blowpipes into my space rock, does 2 wounds. These skinks over here try to do another wound, and that's about it. It's gonna start off turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. Now I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna call out the wog and I'm gonna charge in. Now fuck this. So I charge in with Crom, I charge in with the freaking chariots, I charge in with the spider. I'm just like, this has to go well. This has to go. The Crom only needs like an 8. Okay? The chariots need like a 10, but that's fine. I mean, if they get in, if Crom gets in by himself, that's fine too, because Crom will be fine with the Thunder Stomp, with the impact hits. He'll win combat for a round or 2, and they're not going to wound me. If they do it, it'll be a lucky wound here or there. And Space Rock, as long as she gets in combat, she's not getting shot, right? Well, he does a stand shoot, puts on another wound. I do 2. I fail 2 dangerous trains on the Wolf Chariots, and that's happened there. And then, so here's what happened. I charged Koopa into the flank of that monster that only has 2 wounds on him. But I figure Koopa gets in, might do a wound or 2 with poison, and I'll win combat. It's not a monster. It's a monstrous cavalry. So it will actually flee with a charge, a flank, a wound or 2, whatever, right? So I charge in Koopa. He only needs like a 7 with the Wog. He fucking fails. Crom fucking fails. The chariots go in alone. The spider goes in alone. Oh, that's bad. This is really bad. This gets actually worse. As you can see, this is this side over here. Over here, Koopa just kind of flubs the freaking charge and goes right into the middle like a dumbass. Look at him. Look at him. He's so fat. He couldn't get in. Honestly, I think it was only like a 5 he needed, and he rolled like a 3 on 3 dice. You fat fuck, Koopa. Alright, Magic Phase got 7 power dice. I go ahead. God damn it. I go ahead and I throw these guys the wheel turns. I'm figuring they're going to hit me on 4s, wound me on 4s on the chariots. Because the chariots are right there. If he charges into my flank, he's going to fuck up my chariots, right? Not thinking, because I figure he's going to be steadfast. I figured that since Crom didn't get in, he's going to be steadfast and it's going to be a pain in my ass, right? The other guys are already hitting me on 4s and wounding me on 4s, but I figured it would be actually a nerf to these guys. These guys will actually be, their strength won't be as effective. Okay? I go ahead and I give Zod the Evil Eye. Then I go ahead and I do these guys' shots. I believe I tried to get myself Flaming Swords. He just stopped it, right? No, it didn't matter. No, it did matter. I don't know. Anyways, so I think I tried to do Flaming Swords and he stopped it, or I just failed miserably. Anyways, I shoot all these shots from this common goblin block into that fucking Stegosaur. Do 2 more wounds. Okay. Impact hits. Here it goes. Kills off only 5 guys. It could have been a lot better. 3d6 plus 3 impact hits, and I only killed 5 fucking guys. If Crom would have gotten in, I would have been able to boost the impact hits plus 1 wound. So I'd be wounding on 2s and get a lot more wounds in. Right? Didn't happen. Only killed 5. He goes back, he kills off 1 chariot, I kill off a couple more. I win combat, but he's steadfast, he sticks. His general's right there, it doesn't really matter. Over here, close combat, Spider kills off a bunch of these guys, but you know what? He has the attribute from the freaking divination, so he's... No, he doesn't. So he runs. I choose to flee, because if I would have got closer to the other unit, he has that +4/+4 now, because I actually fucking buffed him instead of nerfing him, motherfucker. And it's gonna go ahead and start off turn 3 Orcs or Lizardmen. Turn 3 Lizardmen. He's like, huh, I get to hit and wound on force. I'm gonna charge Crom instead. I was like, fuck! What did I do? What did I do? God damn it! Shit! Why did I do that? Oh my god! He charges his alpha into Koopa. Now I have the choice of fleeing, but if I flee, I'm gonna fall off the table. That's just given. If I sit there and for some reason, some forsaken reason, that Koopa sticks or he chases and overruns and gets a low number, I got a huge flank with my goblins. So I'm hoping, so I stick there. I actually stick on my leadership, my own leadership, Koopa's leadership, which Koopa is known for failing every leadership check. He did fail once, but he got it on the second one. He gets in here, he gets into Koopa. Now he triple marches. He triple marches his Temple Guard up, And he moves his Stygiasaur back because Stygiasaur only has 1 wound remaining. Magic Phase, he got 9 power dice. Again, 9. So he had 9, 12, and 12. And I had like 5, 4, and 3, I think. Anyways, he gives these guys Hatred, I believe, with the freaking Stygiasaur Roar. Anyways, I don't think much happened in Magic. Again, he didn't have cards, so that's where half of the Magic is going, is in buffs that I don't see. Anyways, so he goes in and he swings. He ends up racking up 4 wounds onto Crom. Crom ends up doing like 2 wounds back, but it didn't really fucking matter. He has a charge and 4 wounds. I fail, I run, and I run this way. He overruns, and he gets close to clipping my common goblins. Freaking like a goddamn hairline. Oh wait, but he doesn't touch the common goblins. Whew. Alright. Wow. This is a dangerous spot. This is a really fucking dangerous spot. Alright, over here, close combat, he's gonna rip apart my chariots that did nothing. That chariot runs away, and he runs in front of Zod. What the fuck? Like, it couldn't ask for a worse thing. He runs in front of Zod, so Zod can't even charge in by himself or do anything. That is just retarded. Alright, over here, close combat. Koopa! Koopa puts a wound on through the Alpha. The Alpha fucking... Well, the next picture is just kind of convincing what happens. There you go. There's no more Koopa. He hit that motherfucker with, I think, like 10 strength 7 attacks or more with impact hits. I saved a couple. I think he got 2 through on the impact, or 1 through on the impact, and then he ended up just ripping apart Koopa. Holy shit! But Koopa did do a wound. Good job, Koopa. He overruns. Now look at this. If he would have reformed, I would still charge him. I would charge him no problem, even if he reformed to face the goblins, because I have a charge and at least 6 combat res in that unit. And I give up my freaking Shady Git and hopefully just win I will win combat res. The thing is, I just hope that I could make him fail that reroll, right? The problem lies in the fact that he has a Temple Guard unit there. So he decides, you know what? I'm just going to overrun. I'm going to overrun into your Black Orcs, right? So he overruns and he gets 11 inches over, misses my Black Orc by 1 inch, okay? But now he's out of line of sight of my common goblins. That fucking sucks so bad. Turn 4. Turn 4 Orcs and Goblins. This is going really south really bad. So I decided, you know what, my common goblins are going into his Temple Guard. I'm like, they don't ever really lose combat. They're going in. I got buff spells. I'll be fine. I use my Wolf Riders to chaff his Croc score that were in the flank. I go ahead and I turn my Black Orcs around to deal with the freaking devil over there. And my Cave Goblins turn around to shoot at him for a turn. Magic Phase, I got 11 power dice. Thank God. I get the wheel turns off on my common goblins. I'm going to be hitting them on 4s, wounding them on 4s. I miscast to do so, though, and I end up killing off like 9 of my freaking cave goblins. And then I go in and give an evil eye to somebody. I don't remember. Shooting? I don't know where we got this. Oh, Fanatics. I released the Fanatics out of the cave goblins. Fanatics go through the Crocs, of course, here. Pop through, only kills off 1 Croc. That sucks. Over here, close combat, my spider eats up the Crocs. The Crocs do a couple wounds, but I end up popping off the unit, and then I overrun. I needed a 9 to get off the table. I roll an 8. So guess who's going to be skink bait? Anyways, over here, close combat. Oh man, I'm hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, and I got freaking lethal strike, 3 shady hits. I go ahead and I challenge his BSB. His BSB declines. Which is his general as well. So we had a question about that because it's a Slan. I know he doesn't have to accept, but does he get? Does he lose his BSB bonus because of that? Anyways, here's what ends up happening because I don't have a picture of the final result here. Maybe I do. I kill like 4 guys. He kills like 9. I am not kidding. So I have a charge, 3 ranks, 3 banners, and 4 wounds. Well, he has 3 ranks, 2 banners, and he did 9 wounds. So he wins combat. And I stick on like a leadership 4 or something like that. And it's going to go to shot off turn 4. Lizardman. Turn 4 Lizardman, he charges his Saurus Warriors into Zod. Oh no, he charges into my chariot. My chariot fled. Goes into the thing. He keeps trying to push it, but it didn't matter. He tries to redirect into Zod, but Zod doesn't care. He's too far. Charges into my Black Orcs here, and he moves his Stygiasaur this way. Magic phase, he got 7 power dice. He goes ahead. I have all the dice ready just to stop one fucking spell. I don't even remember what it was, but I'm like, alright, I'm going to stop this spell. This is the spell I have to stop. I roll all my fucking dice, and I roll 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. What the fuck? So he gets whatever he had. I forgot what spell it was, though. Anyways, shooting over here, he ends up racking up more wounds onto Space Rock. Space Rock's about to die. Over here, the Crocs kill off some Wolf Riders. I end up running, fleeing off the table. Doesn't matter. Now, his Alpha goes into those Black Orcs. Impact hits goes, kills off like 3 or 4, right? His General goes, kills off 3 or 4. The freaking damn Dinosaur goes and kills off every fucking Black Orc before I got to swing. Okay, that just happened. I was hoping to at least put on a wound or 2. Jesus Christ. Over here, close combat. Oh god, he does it again. He kills off like 9 common goblins. I kill off like 3 of his guys. Even with the wheel turns, I'm not doing shit because these guys have heavy armor, and I am just not going through that armor, and that is what sucks. The only ones doing damage are the Shady Gits and my BSB. They're the only ones doing any damage. I had like 30-some attacks from the common goblins himself, getting about 15 hits, about 7 or 8 wounds, and he's armor saving all of them except for like 1. Wow. Alright. So I lose combat big time. I am not steadfast. I run, and I run almost off the table, but I'm still on the table right there, and it's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 5. And around here, we're about to call it anyways, but we'll just finish this up just to show you what happens. I charge Zod into the Alpha. I'm like, I just want to see this fight. I want to see Zod fight this fucker, right? And I go ahead and I charge the Cave Goblins into the Crocs here. I go ahead and I charge, I move the Space Rock into the forest because I figured I'd be a little bit safer in the forest with cover. Magic phase, I got 10 power dice. Well, my common goblins rallied. I go ahead and I do Raven's Wing on these guys to get them out of the way, and there really was no good spot to put them. I ended up just reforming them. That's all I ended up doing, which I could have just done when I rallied. Over here, Zod! Zod does 1 wound with impact hits. 1 fucking wound. In return, he ends up doing 1 wound onto Zod. Zod goes ahead and swings with a great weapon and puts on another wound onto the guy. So now he has 3 wounds, but at this time it really doesn't fucking matter. He ends up sticking. God, oh, I did 4 wounds. 4 fucking wounds. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He ends up sticking, and I'm about to take an ass kicking from his counter charge. I was hoping to at least pop this guy. This guy was pissing me off. Anyways, and then we did the Cave Goblin combat just for the hell of it, and he ends up sticking there too, and refacing my Cave Goblins. I think I did 1 wound total. So I had to charge Big Flag and wound. And we just call it there, man. The game is going to be a huge loss to me. My major mistake here was just my deployment. I should have been able to have... I should have been able to control the board better, and what I didn't think about was I didn't have to go to him. He didn't have any shooting. The only thing he had of danger were the bees and that number 4 spell of divination, the unerring strike, whatever it is. I don't know if it's 4 or 5 or what. Anyways, that's the only thing I had to worry about. But I played like a dumbass. I played like a straight up dumbass, and I honestly love my list. I think my list does great against opponents, especially opponents like this. If I were to able to get the matches I wanted in this, I would have been able to do so much better. If I was able to get the chariots into either one of the monsters, I would rack up a lot of wounds on them, even if the chariots die. But I would rack up a lot of wounds on them before I die, and then I could just shoot them to death. You know, I needed my heavy hitters against that Temple Guard. Temple Guard were only strength 4, so if I would have had Zod, Crom, and Space Rock into that Temple Guard, I would have ripped them apart. Now, his Alpha Carnosaur is a problem. His Alpha Carnosaur is a problem where I didn't have a direct answer. I don't have cannons. I mean, we don't have cannons in Orcs and Goblins, but we got a fucking catapult that misses half the time. Only at strength 7, too, which doesn't really help much. But yeah, so I think I just played it wrong. Like hindsight's 2020. If I would have been able to protect my space rock from the skinks with my forest goblins, if I wouldn't have given up my forest goblins that easy, because losing pyromancy was a huge deal, that would have helped out a lot. Now, granted, its alpha is fireborn, so can't really put on wounds that way either. Can't even get +1 of wound off on my bows on him, but I think that there was other ways. There's other ways to do more wounds to him. And as you can see, Zod ended up doing 3 wounds by himself, but the next round I would have been flank charged and died. So I don't know. It's interesting. I just played it wrong. I really just played it wrong. His MVPs, honestly, I think are those little Croxagore units. Those Croxagore units are actually really tough to deal with. Obviously, his Temple Guard just sat there and stuck because it was fucking goblins fighting them. And he even said it himself, like, I just rolled like shit. But even though I rolled like shit, and granted I should have killed a couple more, I think it was just I should not have charged in. I should have just either backed up, dealt with the Crocs, and then moved on, or, I don't know, just something else. Chaffed up the Temple Guard for a turn. I should have been playing the objective. I wasn't. I just wasn't. And that's my fault. I deployed to play the objective, and I just fucked up. So, besides that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle report. I enjoyed making them. Guys, I am going to Spain in less than a month, and I really do need some help. So, guys, if you guys haven't already signed up for my Patreon, sign up on my Patreon. Help me out. Go on my GoFundMe. Send me a donation. Anything helps. Anything helps. I am dead serious. Anything helps, because I am a broke mother flower. And I have to close my business for 2 weeks while I'm gone on vacation. So that's money I'm losing. So guys, if you guys can help out, it helps me get out there, helps me give you guys battle reports, and it's basically your appreciation and me showing me that you'll be able to tip me to do stuff like this. So I hate to be a beggar, but at the same time, I'm not a rich man. So I will swallow my pride and beg. Guys, help me out, get to Salamanca. I would love to give you guys more battle reports from ETC for the years to come. So I'm hoping that I could afford this trip. If not, I'm going to be stuck paying this trip off for the next couple of years. Anyways, guys, besides that, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, and my MVP, Zod. I think just Zod. I don't know. Not really. Zod didn't do much. I really didn't do much in this whole game. My MVP would probably just be like Baxter, who died on turn 2. Anyways, guys, yeah, so be prepared. I'm gonna get one more game up this week against my brother, and then after that I'm actually gonna play one game against Necreep in real life on Friday before Buckeyes, and then we're gonna head out to Buckeye, so you'll get all the Buckeye action next week. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, and until next time, peace.